Hi and welcome to Craft with Hayley. Today I'm going to show you a technique called the Bokeh Technique. Now I love this because two projects are never the same. This is the background that we're going to create. So here's one I've made in Lost Lagoon and Pear Pizzazz. The one I'm going to do today is actually going to be in different colours just to change it up a little bit. So what you need to start with is some watercolour paper. It's important that it's watercolour paper because it will absorb the water much better for you and give you just the gorgeous technique and the I can't explain how it is really, but the way that it finishes is all to do with the water, which is lush. So let's have a go. As always, something's fallen off. Right, so I'm just sticking this down with washi tape. It's important that it's stuck nice and clear because we're going to use some water, and so we want to have a little barrier around it. So using my aqua painter, apart from that one's got no water in, so I'll grab the one that has got water in. I'm just going to, bear with me, just having technical difficulty there because that one is not going to clean up very well with that bright pink on it. So just change it over. So what I want to do is just add lots of water to my project. I don't know if you can see that. I think there's water coming out. Yep. Okay, so it's nice and wet. It's the wet that's going to help it really move around. What I've then done is I've done some re-inker into some water, about half and half, so 10 drops water and 5 drops of re-inker, and then all I'm going to do is start adding some blobs, for a technical term, to my paper. Okay, and then obviously I just want to, this is where you found out I've done a retake already because that's why my brush was so pink earlier. Okay, so then we're just going to add some more colours in here. Okay, and then lastly I'm just going to fill in a few gaps with some of the pink. So the colours I'm using here are Melon Mambo, Rich Raspberry and Coastal Cabana. A really nice rich colour base, although looking at the re-inker they don't look too different, the Rich Raspberry and the Melon Mambo like this, but I'm sure when they dry there'll be a big difference. Well, there certainly is in real life anyway, so I'd imagine there would be. Okay, so you just keep going and filling in the gaps. Ideally you don't really want there to be any gap, any white if you can help it. So I'm just going to try and fill that in a little bit more. Okay. And pop a bit more blue because the blue for some reason ran a bit better, so we'll just pop a bit more in where we can. Okay, so you can see gorgeous effect, and to be honest if you left it like that dry it'd be quite cool, but it's not finished, so I'm just going to dry it, so bear with me. So that's the start of it. So I'm just going to move those out of the way, because what I don't want to do is accidentally spill them or anything. Okay, I'm just going to bend my paper over and just make sure that it's completely dry, because otherwise it will end up affecting my the next stage. So what I've done next is I've cut myself a template. Let me see if I can find a bit of card. There we go, and then you'll be able to see what I mean. So I've cut myself a template in acetate with different size circles. So what I then want to do is grabbing my craft ink pad, so my lovely juicy white craft ink pad, and a sponge. All I want to do is start adding some white over here. Okay, and this is what starts making the technique look like the technique. Okay, so I just want to keep adding, and you can have it as the circles as dark or as light as you like. I think it actually, the technique works really, really well if you have a mixture, that some are really, really dark and then others are really light. So you just keep going over and over and over. Okay, I have a nice big one over here. Okay, just going to probably do the biggest one a bit lighter. Okay, just keep adding circles. Okay, so you just keep going until you're happy with how it's finished. I'm just then going to dry it off again. And you can see it gets paler and paler as you dry it. And if you think it needs any more, you can just go back over and add more where you think it should have more. Okay. It's one of those that you can just keep going for hours if you wanted to, so you have to stop yourself and think, actually, it's okay as it is. Okay. Oh, my washi tape. Hi, sorry about that, not quite sure what happened, slight technical difficulty, but rather than start again, I'm just going to pick up where I left off. So basically you could keep going until you're quite happy, and then it's just a case of putting the card together. So as you can see, I've chopped it down, backed it onto some white. I always like to back the Bokeh Technique onto white because I just think it makes it pop. I've added some little epoxy stickers and obviously my greeting. Okay, so I'll take it back to earlier. That was the other one that I made to show you, and if you have a look on my Facebook page, there's a couple more examples as well of other ones that I've done. So hopefully you like that and have a go. If you have a go, do come back and share it with me. I'd love to see what you get up to. Take care. Bye.